For decades, sexual abuse by members of the Roman Catholic clergy was a crime that left its victims suffering in silence. Victims like Ton Leeschol, who was left isolated and forced to bear the shame of his abuser's crime.
It started when I was 13, and I don't know exactly when it stopped, but it must have been around 14 somewhere. He was the priest who was basically the educator, the coach, the father, the representative father, basically, in the group that I was in. The fact that I knew it was wrong what was happening there. This should not be happening with that priest who was on Sunday preaching in the church, and when the lights went out, he would come and do these things with me that I knew were not right. Even as a 13-year-old, I knew that this was not right.
But finding a way to deal with his past has led Ton to set up a network of survivors who also suffered abuse by church figures. It's one way that he can attempt to reconcile the past by giving others who also live with the torment of abuse to feel that at least they're not alone. Last year, he even took his fight to Rome in the hope of some form of recognition of these crimes by members of the Catholic Church. It's believed that there are nearly 2,000 reports of sexual abuse by Roman Catholic clerics in the Netherlands, the second worst case in the world after Ireland. While Dutch bishops have already agreed to pay compensation to the victims of those who suffered sexual abuse at the hands of Roman Catholic priests, many say it is simply too little, too late, and that the Church needs to fully address the system of abuse that occurred to those who were in its care. The Church continues to wield significant influence in the Netherlands. Roman Catholics are the largest religious group in what was, until a few decades ago, a largely Protestant country. But church attendance has dropped significantly since the 1970s. Many left disillusioned by the scandals afflicting the Church.
It has undermined the trust that people would have in the Church, both inside and outside. And as the Church is still claiming the moral high grounds of knowing what's best for society and basically expecting people to believe that and to accept that, it's becoming more and more of a difficult story.
And that, say victims, will take an enormous amount of effort and time to heal those painful wounds. Sonia Gallego, Al Jazeera, Amsterdam.